Oh, God have mercy. It is so interesting that we come along on this beautiful journey of Pan-Africanism and consciousness. And we see so many different people who are also on the same journey with us. People that we never thought would come on this journey. But we give thanks and praises unto the name of the Most High Judger. Now just gone by, the segment known as the Taxi Jam, brought to you by the can courtesy of Cocoa Dairy Free Coconut Milk. This is now the Black Part, aka Cuckoo Show them all. And this is where we talk pertinent issues related to the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is where we speak truth to power. Wada da danyo, wada dine hango, danyo, wada dine. And today we go straight to the point. We will not be long. Now, what are we talking about today? Black Lives Matter. And many people are posting it all around the world. Black Lives Matter. And people are posting it all over the place. Black Tuesday, people are posting it around on social media. Some people are dressed in black to signify the blackness of their skin and also to signify the blackness of their Africanness. My brother, my sister, it is nice to be able to remember that you are black. It is nice to be able to come out in your numbers and support a certain cause that is positive. Anytime I see that slogan, Black Lives Matter, then I sit back and I ask myself, which life does not matter? Is it the life of the animals that you eat? Or is it the life of white people? Or the lives of yellow people? Or the lives of green people? All lives matter. There is no life on this earth that does not matter. Every single life matters. Now, many people will say, Blakk Rasta, you're taking it out of context. In fact, for me, I see it so demeaning to hold a slogan or to go around running your mouth, playing to the gallery, saying that Black Lives Matter. It is so demeaning. For me, I feel like when people are dealing with animals, listen attentively. All animals are animals, understand? And then you come out with a slogan and say that goat lives matter. Are goats not part of animals? Black Lives Matter is so demeaning. Black Lives Matter should not come up at all. It reminds me of the animal farm. Listen attentively, my brother, my sister. The animal farm where some animals were seen to be better than the others. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. And then the fowls and the other birds become angry and decide to make noise. And they say, oh, your wings are also part of your legs. So you actually have 4 legs. My brother, my sister, if in the animal farm, the bears decided to come out with that slogan, Bears Life Matter. Bears Lives Matter. Think about it deeper. How demeaning this is. It's almost like trying to take out black people from the human race and put black people in some obscure corner and try to make it look like black people are like a certain kind of endangered species whose lives must be protected. I think that we have gone beyond that kind of rhetoric. In my opinion, we have gone beyond that kind of rhetoric. Now, if a man who thinks he deserves respect decides to walk on the streets and is wearing a certain t-shirt on which is written, respect me. My brother, my sister, all the people he meets on the streets will see him as a mad idiot. Now, if you deserve respect, you must command respect. You must not go around demanding respect. My brother, my sister, let me repeat it. If a man claims that he deserves respect by wearing a t-shirt and carrying a certain placard that reads, "Respect me," my brother, my sister, people would see you as a psychopath. People would see you as a mad lunatic. If you deserve that respect, command it. Do not demand it. You go around begging people to respect you. You go around knocking on the streets, on the doors of people, asking them to respect you. Command that respect. Respect is supposed to be reciprocal. When you give people respect, they are supposed to respect you back. If they do not respect you back, you do not demand that respect back. You command that respect back. And there are so many ways by which you can command respect. Anybody who demands respect is suffering from inferiority complex. Anybody who walks around demanding respect is a person who is suffering from what is known as inferiority complex. How many people do we see on the streets? We don't know them at all. But by the way they conduct themselves in the few seconds that you see them, my brother, my sister, you hold them in high esteem and you want to even bend down in order to greet them. And there are some other people we have never met all our lives, but the way they conduct themselves the first few seconds we meet them, you don't even want to say a hi to them because you have already, my brother, my sister, prejudice these people as people who do not demand, or better still, who do not deserve your respect. Am I making sense? Can I break it down deeper? My brother, my sister, black people are human beings, and all human beings deserve respect. Black people do not need to carry placards around demanding respect. All we need to do is to command that respect. How do we command that respect? I'm going to enumerate a couple of reasons or a couple of ways black people can command that respect rather than demand that respect. Number one, Black Lives Matter. You post it all over the place. Black Tuesday. Everybody's wearing black and everybody's posting black. The idiot is bleached. How can you be bleached from your head, go down to your toes, and you go out there and post Black Lives Matter? You must be a fool. You must be a caricature of a comedian. My brother, my sister, Black Lives Matter, Black Tuesday. You're wearing black, yet your skin is bleached. You are a self-hater. You don't deserve to be part of the movement. My brother, my sister, if you are truly black and you are proud of your blackness, keep your blackness and kick out all the bleaching creams, all the bleaching soaps, all the bleaching nonsense in all African countries, all black countries, and all black neighborhoods. How can you disrespect your color as black and you are using ambi to get browner? You are using chemicals to get browner. And then you go to a white man who you are trying to imitate, whose color you are trying to imitate, and demand respect from that white person. You must be crazy. Now you are a wannabe. You understand? You are a wannabe. You want to look white. You continue to dress white. You continue to talk white. You eat white. You walk white. You talk white. And you even bleach your black melanin skin to look white. And you go out on the street telling me Black Lives Matter. Idiot fool. It's not going to work. Now listen, it's a mind game. You are trying to look like us. You are trying to be accepted, but trying to look like us. So we become the yardstick for humanity. Then you turn around and come around and try to tell me that you deserve my respect. Black Lives Matter, Black Tuesday, Black Wednesday, Black Sunday, Black whatever day. It's not going to work. Because you have already relegated yourself to the background. My brother, my sister, chained down by the chains of inferiority complex. How on earth can you approach a white person and ask the white person to show you some respect when you are bleached? If you had the chance, you would even bleach your eyeballs. And you say Black Lives Matter. And you say Black Tuesday. And you say Black this day, Black that day. It's not going to work. Number two, apart from bleaching your skin and insulting yourself and demeaning yourself, my brother, my sister, everybody wants to respect a man who respects himself. Everybody wants to be able to respect a person who already has some kind of respect for himself. And it has nothing to do with riches. I know some really poor people who deserve a lot of respect, thereby commanding a lot of respect, and people virtually bow before them when they want to talk to these people. My brother, my sister, this is very simple. You don't have to be rich before you get that kind of respect. Racism will continue to be there, but racism can be defeated. How did our ancestors defeat racism? They defeated racism by raising themselves to the level that the ancestors put them. If black people were the first to be created, and you decide to run after anything that is white, you are not going to be able to get that respect. Listen attentively. Everybody knows that the home of the black man is Africa. Anybody you see as black, the first thing that comes into your mind is Africa. My brother, my sister, I travel to America and I travel to England. I travel to Germany, I go to Belgium and some other places. And when I'm in trouble and I'm looking for a quick kind of help, I look around, and when I see 2,000 people ahead of me and there is a black man who is just beyond them, I would like to go to the black man first, because they say best of the same feathers flock together. I assume that the black man would understand me more as a brother who was the same destiny as him. He would understand me better than the other people who don't look like me in terms of my skin color and in terms of my legacy and in terms of my history. Who understands and who doesn't understand? I'll give you an example. It's like a man who is an Ashanti, and he goes out there and he sees 100 people standing there. He needs some quick help. Now he sees somebody standing in the corner beyond the 100 people, and he hears the person speaking Twi on the telephone, on his mobile phone. Now these other people, he knows by some reason that they are not Ashantis. What do you think this person is going to do? It doesn't mean he hates the 100 people, but he believes that by going to this last person there and speaking the same language to this person, the person is going to understand him more, having cut away all the prejudices. Who understands? Prejudice will make a lot of people desert you and not give you the kind of respect that you want. Prejudice is a brother or sister to racism. In mathematics, racism is the universal set, prejudice is a subset. My brother, my sister, listen. Let those who are hypocritical be hypocritical. If I was in a certain kind of trouble and I saw 2,000 white people and I see a black man ahead of them, I would first and foremost run to my brother in quotes. It doesn't mean I hate white people. It just means that I connect better with the people. God has a reason for making some people black and some people white, and making some people brown and making some people yellow. My brother, my sister, that is why Marcus Garvey says, race first. That is why the Jehovah's Witnesses will tell you, deal with your brethren and sisters first before you extend it to the others. And by brethren and sisters, they are talking about those within the four corners of the Jehovah's Witnesses. There is a thin line between that thinking and racism, tribalism, religious bigotism, and so on and so forth. But listen, I tell you, my brother, my sister, the fact that we have people who are black and some people who are white means that nature is trying to find a way of bringing a certain kind of variety. We cannot be friends with everybody, neither can we be enemies with everybody. When you are in trouble, you run towards your friends and not your enemies. You understand? And where you cannot tell who is your enemy or your friend, you look at the people that you believe you have the same destiny with and run to them first. And you believe that these people will be able to help you. Even a little child of about 6 years. When the child is walking on the streets and he needs help, he will not go to a 2-year-old. He will go to somebody who is older than him. Because common sense tells him, if I am like this and somebody lower than me like this will not be able to help me, this is the person who will help me. Those who understand this would understand it. The point I'm trying to make is very simple. My brother, my sister, until you put that value on yourself, until you are able to put that value on yourself, and remember that Africa is the home of black people, and remember that until you put some value and some shine on Africa, it is going to be like that. I know black people in America who tell me they're Americans. They want to be treated like Americans. It's like fowls that are caught in the den of foxes. And they claim because they are all animals, they all have to be treated equally. No, one is a prey to the other. I'm speaking proverbially. We have seen how white people came into our land and carried us as slaves. How the Roman Catholic Church even did not recognize us as human beings. They only saw us as beasts of laden. Blakk Rasta talk. You know what a beast of burden is? Beast of burden. These are people or animals that are only seen as labor. When the Roman Catholic Church was talking about people coming to enslave us because we are here in Africa doing nothing with our energies, therefore we should be enslaved to work for the Roman Catholic Church. Where were you? Where were you? When white people came here and enslaved us and saw us as nothing but chattels, where were you? My brother, my sister, you were first a black person, and right here in Africa, before your destinies began to change and you found yourself in so many different countries around the world. Never forget your home. Never forget your beginning. When I see a black man tell me that they are Germans or they are British or they are Americans, I say, fool. Fool. Soon you will start crying that Black Lives Matter. And that is when you will see the differentiation between the black and the white. When you tell them that you are African, one thing I like about my Jamaican people, no matter how successful a Jamaican is, in fact, not all Jamaicans, most Jamaicans, they would always owe that allegiance to Africa. They became the most militant on all the islands that slaves were taken to. Very militant. My brother, my sister, and they would always owe allegiance to Africa. No wonder all Jamaican artists are singing about Africa. It's only a few Jamaicans who have gone through the American dream, who might tell you that no, they are not Africans, they are Jamaican, or they are even American. Think about it deeply. My brother, my sister, you cannot hate yourself and expect somebody to love you. Number one. Number two, you cannot disrespect your identity, disrespect your background, disrespect, oh my God have mercy, your legacy, and expect somebody else to respect you. You have no respect if you don't respect your legacy. You don't respect your background. You don't respect your destiny. You don't even respect your common self. Black Lives Matter, Black Tuesday, and you are fucking bleached. Excuse my French. I'm so angry. You see them bleached from head to the toe. And they say Black Lives Matter. This life matter. You come to Ghana and some other African countries, white businesses are thriving because a lot of black people are so dishonest. Everybody's running to the white man to buy petrol. Everybody's running to the white man to buy car battery. And even in Ghana, we don't know the difference between who is white and who is yellow. We don't know the difference between Asians and Europeans. Indians are considered white. Obronino. Chinese are considered white. Lebanese are considered white. In my country right here in Ghana, Indians are considered as white people. And everybody runs to Indians to buy this and that because they believe that their fellow black people are dishonest. Work on your dishonesty. Work on your dishonesty. Work on respecting your legacy. Work on honoring your ancestors. Work on taking up and swallowing hook, line, and sinker the great ancient African values. You don't take anything that does not belong to you. When you see older people, you bow down and greet them. You respect the energies. Fire, water, air, wind. That way, we would get our respect as well. My brother, my sister, why is it that it's black people who are being shot on the streets of America? Why are they not shooting Indians? Why are they not shooting Chinese? Why are they not shooting Lebanese? But most of the time, 99% of the time is black people. They say when you give your advice to the monkey, you as well must caution the banana too. It can't always be that black people are right. Much as we support our cause, we must pick up these two important things. You can't hate yourself and expect somebody to love you. It's not possible. You cannot hate yourself and expect the modern world to love you. You cannot hate your ancestry, hate your legacies, hate your black fiber and expect other people to love you. It's not possible. I rest my case. I love you. And I want to tackle two other things quickly. Slavery is still going on in Ghana. CNN came here and went all the way to the Volta region. Children are being thrown into the rivers, River Volta, in order to attract fishes and catch them. Children are sold into slavery. Trokoshi is still going on. And you say Black Lives Matter. Children are being sold. And when you hear the price at which these children are sold, in the Volta region especially, you'll be shocked. When you have a mother who has a farm that is not bigger than my sitting room and is supposed to feed 50 children out of this farm that is less than the size of my sitting room, then you will have this mother push some of her children into slavery. Sell them and forget about them. Only in Africa. My brother, my sister, slavery is still going on in the Volta region. Now the other day, the information minister denied it. But when CNN came out with the facts and we did our own research, we realized that we were just sitting on horsebacks, not knowing how hot the ground was. Think about it. You cannot be fighting for black people when you yourselves are killing each other. You cannot say Black Lives Matter when slavery is still going on in Africa. People are selling their own blood, biological children, for a few pennies. How do you scream that slogan, Black Lives Matter? Those you are selling out, are they green in color? Are they pink in color? Think about it, my brother, my sister. I hear Kolebu Teaching Hospital, they are charging cancer patients a lot of money illegally to treat them. What a country. You see? You don't even love yourselves. You do not even love yourselves. When a man goes out there to date a white woman, there is a whole celebration in the village. When a man gets a visa to travel to the white man's land, it's like he has had a visa to go to heaven. Everybody is jubilating. When a man is traveling to America, he does not even tell anybody because he believes that the witches in his family who have not been able to chew him alive all this while will chew him because he has a visa to go to America. Why do you say Black Lives Matter? You do not demand respect. You command respect. And you can only make those commands when you, within yourself, fix your own houses and fix your own selves. Until then, we will continue to be disrespected around the world. Our children who are coming up would also be disrespected. They will continue to be downtrodden. Unfortunately, the next generation would go through the same thing. It's time to fix Africa. The only home you have is Africa. My brother, my sister, the only home you have in Africa, in the world, is Africa. Any other place is a tourist site. For a black person, your only home is Africa. The rest of the world is a tourist site. It doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter what businesses you have. Your only home is Africa, whether you like it or not. Hey, listen. The fox's den can never be the nest of the bird. The lion's den can never ever be the home of the goat. No. The lion's den is not a goat pen. When a goat finds himself in the lion's den, he should be ready to glorify the cooking pot of the lion. My brother, my sister, the best only home, the most comfortable and the most safe place for the bird is its nest. Think about it, my brother, my sister. Let us fix Africa. When your roof is leaking, listen attentively. When your roof is leaking, you don't run into a next man's house and wait for the rain to go away before you come back and then sit back in your house. You fix that roof. Fix that leaking roof. Don't run into a next man's house. Today you run there, he might take it cool. Oh, okay. When the rain stops, he will fix his roof. The next day you are there. The third day you are there. Another time you are there. Next time he sees that the clouds are gathering, he will lock his door and you are not welcome. You have overstayed your welcome. Hear it again. You have overstayed your welcome. Think about it, my brother, my sister. Put some value on yourself. Put some value on yourself. Refuse, my brother, my sister, to be described in the spectacle of other people. Refuse to be defined in the spectacle of other people. Oh, black people are A, B, C, D. No. Define yourself. Who are you? What are you? Do not accept stereotypes, cliches of you as a black person. My brother, we have a journey. It didn't take one day for them to achieve this, and it won't take us one day to solve this. To God be the glory. I appreciate you. Slavery must stop right here in Ghana and Africa.
I trust